Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. Thanks for tuning in. We're not too far behind. I'm filming today on December 4th and I'm hoping to upload this today on December 4th. But we need to go over, isn't this cute? I got this at Marshall's. Oh, so cute. I know, it's young, it's childish, but it's okay because so are my pens for the holidays. But I thought that was so cute. So that's where I'm keeping my holiday pens. And today I think we are going to use the deer with the antlers. Is this a deer? Is this both a deer? I guess they're both deer. They're just different styles. I don't know. We're going to use this one though. I love these pens. I also got these at Marshall's and they have the finest like micro tip needle point pen. I love it so much. So we are going to get into our December budget kit. And I've had some people message me when they were requesting the December budget kits recently. So you can see this is the month on 2 pages. This is the cover. And a lot of people were saying it really made a difference for them. You know, these budget kits ever since May, you know, it made a difference in how they were budgeting and keeping them on track. And also just really saving them some money from not having to actually purchase these kits for download. And it really made me happy because I don't get a ton of feedback, you know, as far as how people are using them. Like I don't ask, you know, anybody to tag me or anything on Instagram. But I was so happy to learn that and to speak with some of you. I thought it was really touching and it made me really contemplate and rethink how I'm going to move forward in 2025 and if I just want to keep this going, because honestly, I'm making these for myself anyway. I'm designing these every month for myself to use. And if I'm doing that, why not pass it on to you guys too, or those of you who enjoy using them and downloading them. I mean, it just, you know, it is still just a way to give back. And so I'm contemplating doing that because a lot of people said, just let us know where we can buy them, which I really, really appreciated. I thought that was so nice. And some people were like, this really pushed me into, you know, doing my budget on paper or just getting a hold of my budget or redoing it or reorganizing. And I thought that was great. So anyway, I'm still thinking about it and how I can do it. I want to create more printables, you know, because you guys know I've created quite a few over the past 6-7 months, and sometimes I give those away too. They're just like almost like subsidy printables, like, you know, ones that you can add as you go along, you know, complements to your regular budget kit. But I don't know if that can be what I want to push as far as selling those, or if I just want to give away what I make, period. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh my God. What in the world? Look, I'm making my list, listing my fixed expenses. Oh, okay, here we go. And I was like, this pen just ran out. It's like brand new. So what I'm doing, I just list our pay dates. So now I'm gonna go ahead and list our expenses. I don't write that well with these. Like, I don't like the way my writing is turning out. So do you guys find that different pens give you a different result with your handwriting? Because it just depends. Like if I'm writing every day, like if I'm writing constantly, my handwriting improves. And if I take a break from as much handwriting, my handwriting goes down. You know, it just becomes more kind of like, I don't know, difficult to read and sloppy. And the pen that I use and the surface that I use it on, it makes a huge difference in how it turns out. So I'm going to go back to my Muji right now. Let's see, card number 1. So I'm still listing our payments that we make. This is a little bit too close. And we have quite a list of fixed expenses, which is okay. I mean, that's life. That's adulting for you. And cable Wi-Fi. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and list the amounts for these. Now, what I'm not going to do is list the amounts for our paychecks yet, even though this paycheck already happened. Actually, I could put that in. I think it was 24. Let me see. I'm just going to look back because it really doesn't change. Let's see. The other ones I'm going to wait until they happen. Do I ever put it in? Goodness gracious. Let's see, 24, 55, 22. All right. Okay, so that's my husband's partial retirement. You guys know the story behind that. And now we're going to populate all these amounts. So our mortgage is $1,867.96, and that is without homeowner's insurance, and it's also without property taxes. We don't escrow either one of those, and we haven't for a long time, and I like keeping everything separate. It just makes it easier to change insurance companies if we have to or want to, and I'm in control of when I make our tax payments, which I like, instead of waiting for them to escrow it, make the payment from the bank. I don't know. I just like doing it. It just feels more in control. And honestly, 58, 48. Why should the bank be making interest on your money and not you? I mean, why don't I hold on to it? Why should they hold on to it? Because they are making interest. When you keep money in a savings account, even if they're paying you interest on the savings account, they're still making money. I mean, they're making money by investments. They're investing your money. Of course, it's, federally insured up to a certain amount. But why not keep it in your own account and make a little bit of money? If you can. We have a high yield savings account, and I think it's great. However, you do have to pay taxes on those interest payments. I don't know how many people realize that, because it's a form of income. So if you're making, it just depends. I mean, if you're making enough for that to make a difference, I think the average people aren't, they're not making like thousands of dollars a month. But if you are making anything considerable, you're going to be paying taxes on it. I don't know all the ins and outs of that. I just know that that's the rule. Okay, so these are my savings categories still. So I'm budgeting $300 for property tax because that's what it is a month. It's around there. Actually, it's a little bit less. I don't know what changed, but recently some things changed. So I think they were like overcharging for some people, not charging enough for others. Christmas Club, I'm not saving anything. Black Friday, nothing. I'm going to start that again in January. New computer fund, I'm going to put $200 in, and my 1 through 100 savings challenge, I'm going to budget $100. I'm hoping to do more, and this is going to bring us to $900. And fixed expenses brought us to $3903.29. So now we're going to list our variables. And it's mostly the same stuff. I mean, some of these could almost be fixed expenses, but the difference is I have the power to alter them if I want or need to, whereas I can't necessarily change, the cost of my car payment. That's beyond my control. So these things, even though I pretty much spend the same amount every time, I still have the power to change it, to increase or decrease these amounts. So that's why I list them under variables, because they can and are oftentimes variable. What the heck is that? Oh, personal. I have a cheat sheet. You guys know I do that, because if not, if we had to sit here and figure all this out in real time, you guys would probably lose your minds because it takes too long. And Stella vet. So Stella has to go to the vet in a couple of days, actually next Monday. And I am budgeting $300 for that trip. She needs blood work. And our poor little Thena, we had 3 pugs. And we had 3 pugs as long as I can remember. And our little Thena, she passed away last year. And Olive passed away this year. So we are down just to Stella. And Stella is demonstrating some of the same symptoms. I don't want to say behavior, but some of the same symptoms as Athena was when she got sick. She ended up having kidney failure, and it was devastating because you could just tell on her face the change, like internally, that was happening to her. And we caught it late, which is super unfortunate. And we had her on a way too high protein diet. So the poor thing was like, we were making all of her symptoms worse. Hold on one second. My calculator is stuck. Okay, I got it. We were making all her symptoms worse because when they have kidney issues, the first thing they do is decrease the protein. So I'm adding up all my variables because that's not something that I did before this video. So Stella has the same look on her face. You know, she's like very lethargic. And I don't know how else to say it besides it's the same look on their face, because when I look back at pictures of Thena when she was sick or when she was getting sick, you could tell in her face how sick she really was. I mean, okay, so this says 25:15, so I'm going to do it again because I just want to do it again. When I look back at pictures, now in the moment, I didn't notice it, but like I said, looking back now, I can see how sick she was. And so I'm extra careful about Stella because I just want to help as much as possible. Yeah, 25:15. I want to help as much as possible, whether it's diet, medication, whatever we have to do, so she's not uncomfortable, so she's not feeling sick, so she doesn't suffer, all those things. So now I'm going to list our subscriptions. You know, you want to do what you can because they're part of the family. And Olive, she wasn't sick at all. It's just one night, you know, everybody was sleeping and she had a stroke, and it was awful because it was a very long night. We had every intention of, we don't have a 24-hour vet anywhere close. I mean, I don't even know if we have one. I have no idea. So we were waiting until the morning to take her in because she was really like whining and, you know, just generally uncomfortable. And we figured she had had a stroke because she was acting like very out of it. And I don't know, she just wasn't herself after she woke up. She just was like kind of flopping around. And so anyways, she actually passed away before morning. So I feel horrible about it and I miss her so much. But in hindsight, after seeing how Thena suffered and she was in a lot of pain when she passed, we had her put down. But, you know, the day that everything came to a head, it was just awful. And I feel like it was a blessing, actually, that Olive went as quickly as she did. So that's what we are looking at. So I budgeted $300 for Stella to have her blood work and her office visit, and we'll see what happens from there. Okay, so now I'm doing my receipt portion, subscription. So I'm populating all of this with the exception of our income because I don't count that or populate that on any of my sheets until we have the money in hand. It's just an old habit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add up all of our expenses. and I will do a tally. So for this month, it looks like we are going to owe $7,421.29, and our income should be around $9,000. I'm hoping, I'm assuming, but we'll see. Yeah, so we do pretty much live paycheck to paycheck. I mean, I will say that, I mean, I think we do and I think we don't. I mean, there's definitely things we could cut out. We're not, you know, I don't know, like there's ways that we could cut, if that makes sense. So in that aspect, I think that we have some luxury of some wiggle room in our budget. But on the other hand, if I just add up this stuff and there's no gifts in here, there's no extras, our Christmas gifts are already paid for because I saved Christmas Club and Black Friday weekend money. So without any real extras to speak of, this is pretty much what our budget is. And so there's not a whole lot left over. But at the same time, when I think about it, it's still a luxury the way our budget is set up because we are able to save. So it's not like all of our money is going out for bills and expenses. We're still paying ourselves in this little corner here, which, you know, I mean, at most points in my life, I wasn't able to do that because we were so much in credit card and loan debt and everything, and it was just eating up every penny and then some. We were living so far beyond our means, it was ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, it's just all in how you look at it, I guess. But that is my monthly budget planner for December. I'm going to work from this as I move throughout the month. And I'll be back probably tomorrow. If I get this edited to upload today, I'll be back tomorrow with my first paycheck budget. But if not, it'll probably be the day after. But I'm going to do as best I can just to get through December and make sure that I'm actually uploading a video for at least all of our pay date budgets. So you guys can follow along with that if you're interested. And I also have a TikTok. So if you are on TikTok, the link is down below. If you want to pop over there, I do all the same videos that I do here, but on a much abbreviated time allotment, you know, because you just have like a very set amount of time over there. I can't get as chatty. And I do a little extra videos here and there. It just depends. Not anything on a regular basis. So I have to get better about that. That's one thing that I want to do in 2025 is be more consistent. I think that that's going to be my word for the year, because as much as I have intentions on doing things and I have ideas and I have plans and goals that I want to meet, I horribly lack in consistency. So anyways, all right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope that you're doing well. I hope everybody had a very nice Thanksgiving and whatever you celebrate. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. You can still get your December budget workbook kit. If you haven't already, you can still request that. The link will be down below. And you can also still get the Christmas planner if you need it. It's a Christmas holiday planner, and honestly, I have been living by it because it has kept me in such good organizational shape for all the plans that we have for December. I'm just super grateful for it. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time.